Good morning, everyone. In first place, I would like to thank Brisa on behalf of SAP for inviting us to take part in this 25th Sustainable Change Conference. It's also a great pleasure for myself personally to be here today with you at this great event and at this vibrant and dynamic city as Istanbul. I would like to go through today a journey and share with you SAP's experiences in transforming businesses and the world around us through innovation and disruptive technology. I would like to see the journey up to this point, but also look forward into the future. What is the future of this journey? I think we need to start all agreeing that technology has transformed our world. And one of the strongest forces enabled by technology in our society today is connectivity. The availability of connecting things, connecting people, and connecting business models, what we call the networked economy. According to analysts, by 2020, there will be around 50 billion objects and devices connected to the internet. There will be 2.5 billion people collaborating through social networks. And the revenue generated by networked economy will be in the trillions. So let's analyze each one of those areas. What is the impact when we are able to connect things? We call this the Internet of Things. One first point, the Internet of Things is already here. Since 2008, there are more objects and devices connected to the Internet than people on the planet. And this is growing exponentially. We are only seeing the iceberg, the tip of the iceberg. Less than 1% of potentially connectable devices are today connected to the internet. On average, each one of us, as a consumer, as a patient at the hospital, as an employee of a corporation, will have 200 objects, devices sensorized to provide value in our lives. At SAP, we believe that the moment has already come, it's already here to leverage the real business value and the social impact of the Internet of Things. In order to do that, we propose a platform that covers what we think are the key strategic areas to manage this innovation. One, we must be able to gather the huge amount of data that will come from those thousands of objects and devices, what's called capturing the signal from that noise. We will then need to smartify that data. We need to transform that huge volume of data from cars, from patients, from industry, into meaningful business events, into business opportunities, sales opportunities, into cases where we need to avoid the risk or react to an emergency. We will then, third step, need to react in real time. In the age of the Internet of Things, we cannot wait days, hours, or even minutes to take a decision. We need to react instantaneously. Very important fourth step, in order to enable the business models, we need to be able to monetize the data, the actions, the processes, generating new revenue streams or avoiding loss of revenue. For example, when we smartify smart water networks, and we can identify loss of water in that network, we can prevent a loss of revenue. And that's what a monetizing platform must enable. And finally, our recommendation is never to implement Internet of the Things platform for a specific process, for a specific scenario. They must be thought of from a strategic perspective. They must enable future use, future growth, and business model of the richness of the data we're going to generate. This kind of platform is impacting many industries and many aspects of our world. Just to mention one case, I think you must have seen on the press how big data and spatial analytics was used by the national German football team in the World Football League to improve their training sessions, to improve their strategic planning in the field. But let's get back to business. Let's focus on the impact, for example, in the automotive industry. From my perspective, our journey, from an SAP perspective, in this innovation started several years back when the Nomura Research Institute in Tokyo gathered on an SAP platform real-time data from tens of thousands of taxis driving through the city of Tokyo, analyzed that data in real time, and provided back traffic information to citizens. For the first time, we were not analyzing traffic on static data, we were asking the traffic itself how it was flowing, where it was stopped, where did it prefer to go. The next step is when we move from purely sensorizing the object to the machine-to-machine scenario, or in this case, car-to-car. For example, concepts of connected automobiles that we're working in Germany, where we now start gathering that information to react real-time and proactively influence traffic. Can I start informing cars around that the car in front is reducing speed, has stopped, might come to a halt? Can I bring predictive analytics and inform the driver that he's running out of fuel, that he should be stopping, that he should not be driving in that way? Here's where we unleash really the power and proactive influence of the Internet of Things. Next step, we bring in the business purpose, the business processes, the business outcome. For example, how can we transform, or how we have already transformed fleet management? The case of ARI, one of the largest fleet managers worldwide, managing I think around 1 million vehicles in fleets across the globe. They are able to gather information directly from the vehicles and provide drivers information on where they should be refueling, where is it cheaper, what's their tire pressure, when they should be changing those tires. Information on security, on when they should be stopping. So, providing business outcomes, increasing efficiency, and improving service to end customers. But what would happen if we can bring into the model that other key area that we were talking about at the beginning, and we can now connect to people? How does the model change when I know who is driving that vehicle? Where is he located? What are his interests? Even which is the purpose of his journey? And I can start reacting with him in real time. I would like to share with you on a video we will now see the collaboration between SAP and BMW in this space. What this case shows us is that through this innovation, not only do we improve the service, the quality that we can provide our end customers, we are also changing the business model. We can bring in other players into the end customer's journey and articulate that whole market. We're referring to the networked economy. Our cars will not only take us from point A to point B, they will not only guide us through navigation systems and provide us information, what we call points of interest. We now move into the area of points of purchase, points of transaction. I will be able to reach that location and interact with it. Think about parking. Nowadays, my GPS might inform me what parkings are near the location I'm going towards. Could it also inform me what free spaces are there? Could it allow me to book and reserve one of those spaces, even to interact and from within my car, open the gates, guide me to the exact spot? And through sensorization, even manage the payment, receive coupons from the area, promotions, new information relevant to me as a driver. SAP was released in the press several months ago, is working with Volkswagen in the city of Hanover, already implementing such a platform, and at present already 50 vehicles driving through the city of Hanover with these capabilities for parking and fueling. The same case, collaboration with Toyota, really enabling this networked economy. What we're bringing together is the capacity of sensorizing vehicles, managing that rich data, and bringing in all the players from that ecosystem. Is it parking? Is it fuel? Is it retailers? That we're going to transform through a new piece of that omni-channel engagement, the vehicle. It also moves over into other spaces. For example, the insurance industry. Cases like Baseline Telematics in Canada, who sensorizes the vehicles of insurance customers, gathers information on their location, time they're driving, all the data I can get every second from a vehicle to build the journey of that customer. How fast was he driving? Where was he driving? At what time? On what date? And enriches this information with valuable contextual information. Was it raining? How fast was he driving in relation to the speed limit? How fast was he driving in relation to other customers? This enables the real users-based insurance. We will now pay our auto policy based on how much did we drive and how did we drive. For example, in Canada, they are supporting the product Mobilits. And the interest of this business model is that it's not only the users-based insurance, it's the additional services they're providing their customers. Giving them complete information on all their journeys, where they were, how they were driving, and giving them an analysis and recommendation on how they are driving. How often are they braking? Are they braking too suddenly? Are they polluting too much through their way of driving? Can we reinforce good behavior in driving, in emissions, and make our society a bit better through this kind of motivation? It's a bit of example, now moving over to public transport, that the Transportation Board of Montreal has implemented. In this case, an application that follows me through public transport. You'll give me offers, real-time recommendation, but it's also analysing the good behaviour of using public transport when available. And they can reward those citizens, those areas that are making a high use of public transport, with maybe additional investment in that district. So, in summary, I wanted to share with you today briefly what that journey has been. How through innovation, through mobility, through cloud computing, through real-time computing, we are able to simplify our world, bring together the digital and physical world, enable new business models, offer better services and products, and create a more sustainable and lasting growth. Thank you very much.